watching OCA.
Thanks for watching OCA.
Thanks for watching OCA.
Thanks for watching OCA.
All right, folks, come on in. Let's find a seat. Teachers, I hope you met your classes. And we're going to draw our attention up to this big guy in orange here on the stage. All right, welcome everybody to the 6-hour Friday performance. And what you're going to see today is Oregon's improv team. We call ourselves the Silence of the Hams. And, you know, I'm going to wait till everybody's done talking. So, all week long, you've been hearing about what it means to be a good audience in this space, correct? So a lot of the same rules for today's performance are going to apply. Number one, you shouldn't have any candy, you shouldn't have any food or drink, you shouldn't have anything that with you in here, you should not be kicking your feet up, not be kicking back. We also want to make sure that even though this is a little bit less informal than the solo and ensemble concerts that we put the cell phones away, we also shouldn't be making use of any recording devices or anything that's happening on stage. But in an improv show, the audience expectation is a little bit different, right? I'm actually going to come into the audience quite a bit, and I'm going to be relying on your suggestions for what the team is going to do up here on stage. And of course, you can throw out as many school inappropriate ones as you want. It doesn't mean I'm going to take them, okay? So think creatively, think fun, think school appropriateness, and then it's more likely your idea is going to get there on stage, okay? Now, you may say, well, how do you do this, Mr. Say? Are you just making this all up? And yeah, we are. So we practice with different suggestions, right? We practice with a framework of how the game is supposed to go. So we know the rules of the games, but you then are supposed to give us that insights into the characters and their quirks, their motivations, etc. That's going to make it fresh for you this first time, okay? So, as I always say with the improv show here, you know, these kids are funny. Collectively, they're funny. Most of the time, sometimes we don't hit a home run, but you know what? I will guarantee you this. This show will be more fun than sitting in Mr. Merkis' English class, I'm pretty sure. So, sorry, Mr. Merkis. Just saw you sitting back there, but I had to, you know, call you out. So, without further ado, I'd like to welcome the Silence of the Ham improv team to the stage. Improv team, we have right to left over there, we have Will Youngers, we have Willem Dutcher, Tristan, what's your name? Calvin, there you go. Calvin, Onwin, Savannah, Finley, Drew, Weston, Leah, Sophia, Emma, Shannon, Tia, Tristan, and Mars. Not kidding, Apollo. I know, I always get confused. So, there's our team for you. Here we go. The first game we're going to play, Miss Mendel, did you get that sound cue that I sent you? Great. So the first game we're going to play is called Voices from Heaven. It's about, kind of like an episode of Seinfeld. Now, I know you all are too young to recognize Seinfeld, but in Seinfeld, the episodes always ended with kind of everything coming to a head at once. And in a sense, we're going to give you 3 characters who, unfortunately, throughout the process of this made-up story that they're about to give us, will meet their untimely ends together in some weird way. So I need to ask for a character, correct? I need to ask for an occupation and some kind of a strange quirk or character behavior-wise thing. So give me a well-known character that we have out there. Come on, give me some ideas. OJ. Keep shouting. I want lots of answers. Keep going. I haven't heard any good ones yet. Alright, so we're going to have SpongeBob over here. Yeah, you got it. Take it as you will. You know what I mean by that? Well, take it as you will. Alright, I need a very strange occupation. Give me something like a butterfly therapist. A what? Lotion seller? That's strange. Anybody? Okay, you are going to be a mortician. Okay, so the mortician, if you don't know that, folks, it's the person that helps prepare the bodies after you die for your funeral, things like that. And we need a strange character quirk. Strange quirks. What? No. Can I keep going? What's that? You can't say the letter M ever. Okay, you can't say the letter M ever. All right. So now we're going to dim the lights a little bit. We're going to get a little sad music playing for us. So, folks, I present to you Voices from Heaven.
It was a very dark day for me. I was mourning the loss of my best friend, Patrick. I had to go to the mortician's office to look at the body, for it had been brutally mutilated. Limbs all over the place. It was no longer a starfish, but just a circle. And I was a square, SpongeBob SquarePants. So I went to the mortician's office, and I looked at the circular body bag, and I talked to the mortician, and I said, yeah, that's the one. That's Patrick. Good old Patrick. And another strange individual came into the store. Not a store. You're not finding anything there. That'd be a problem. But walked in and said, hi, my name's Ark. Without the... It was really weird individual, and you'd never believe what would happen next. Bah.
So I was filling in for my dear friend Larry at the office. This office was not like any other office, as it was under the sea. I don't know, I'm from Kansas, so I don't really know much about under the sea. But I'm doing my, normal mortician stuff. I'm dissecting, weighing some livers. Really fascinating facts about livers. Anyway, sorry, I don't have time for this. I'm under a crunch with all these strange shapes. Med school didn't teach me how to dissect strange shapes. But we identify the bodies and we're going, and then some weird guy comes in, and there's too many people in the office, so I asked them to leave. But what I didn't anticipate was that they wouldn't want to leave my office, or Larry's office. I don't even know whose office this is anymore. We are under the sea. I didn't expect the fierce opposition I would face filling in for my guy Larry. But I wasn't ready for what happened next.
I woke up just like any old day to go for a walk under the sea. And I'm going for my walk. And I can see all the creatures under the sea. And I'm walking through. And I need to stop for my friend to pick up their urn. So I keep going for my walk. And I walk along to this place. This place, I can't think of what it's called, where there's dead bodies. So I go inside, and I'm about to ask them about getting this urn, and there's all this confrontation going on out there. So I stop, and I ask them, where should I go here to get my urn? And I turn to them and I see this weird guy. He's talking up like that, giving all these laughs. So I'm just standing there, and all of a sudden, he walks up to me. He walks up to I and asks I a question.
Will the sun shine ever again? Is what I said to the strange fellow who's named Ark. And I looked at the circle, and I looked at the mortician. Mortician was the word you were looking for. And now I'm Southern. And I looked at my friend, or what was my friend Patrick. And he reminded me of the sun, but a pink one. And I looked at the mortician and I said, can you make him beautiful again? And I keep going Southern. And the mortician said to me, he said, no, he is beyond repair. He's very dead, and his arms are all over the place. Now that I realized that my friend Patrick was a circle, it was just a pink circle at that. And I turned to Ark and I said, I don't know where to find your urn, but I do have one question for you. What is up with your name? It's a strange name, Ark is. And I was trying to decide what to do with myself, but when the mortician said to me the strangest thing, it was a very strange thing to say to a SpongeBob.
Why are you a square, sir? Why? Why are all of the bodies in Larry's office shapes? I have been dissecting while these two had a weird philosophical question under the sea. When I start noticing strange things about what did his friend say, the pink sun. Strange things are happening, and it doesn't look like it should. The organs aren't in the right spot. Things are weird, they're switched around. Bodies don't look like this in Kansas. So I'm digging around, and then I found it.
As I'm waiting for all this to die down, I'm just standing there. I have no idea what to do. I was not expecting to be here today at this office with all these dead people. So what do? I just grab an urn. I figure my friend, she won't know the difference. So I just start walking out of there, hoping that this Bob fella who's questioning the name I have, I'm just hoping he won't follow me, so I start walking. And then all of a sudden,
the pink orb started floating. It lifted off the table and Patrick started spinning around like a top. And I looked at him, I said, what is that? He said, this is Patrick. And I was like, God? And he said, no, this is Patrick. And he spun at me and he looked at me with no eyes because his head had come off as he was a circle and that was part of his appendages. I looked at the mortician, I was like, does this sort of thing happen often? And he was like, well, there was this one time. I was like, do we have time for that? He's like, no. Anyway, the pink orb looked at me with the one eye that it still had somehow from losing its head. I don't know how these things work. It looked at me and it said, you burnt my shake. And I said nothing. I was too scared. I died of fright on the spot.
There is a dead body in Larry's office. How will Larry react when he finds this? Well, that would be a normal day at the office. That's not a concern. What is a concern is the stolen urn. I see some guy named Ark. I wasn't paying attention. I was busy in what are now floating orbs in Larry's office. That's a little out of the ordinary. Things aren't normally moving in here. That's very strange. But floating orbs in strange circumstances, that's a problem for Larry. I'm not being paid enough for this. I'm being paid minimum wage as a mortician. This is terrible. I can't afford a stolen urn. So I run at this fellow named Ark, who couldn't pronounce the name on the door, mortician. It's not that difficult. It's on my name tag. Not that hard. So I run after. I'm running. And I steal back the urn. But then Ark was angry, and we're fighting over the urn. And then I am knocked into a shelf, and urns pile onto me under the sea in Larry's office. And my head hits the wall.
as this lady runs up to me, grabs the urn I'm holding, and we're fighting back and forth for it. it goes flying everywhere. And I'm looking around. I think, what am I to do here? I am turned around and I see Patrick flying there, shooting around, spinning. He flies at me, swearing and chanting at me, and I get hit by Patrick, and I fall over, dead.
And they're all dead. Here we go. Here we go. Thank you. Round of applause for those teammates. That is quite the story, and I hope we don't get sued by Nickelodeon. Okay. Moving on, we're going to play Magic Remotes. Magic Remote, come on down, my Magic Remote players. Now, how many people here like to watch TV? Raise your hand. Yeah, see, but now you're all generation, you don't really have to watch commercials anymore, right? Once you get the remote going, you can stream your content, you're usually pretty good. But back in our days, you have to flip through all the channels to find what you wanted to watch. And so, we're going to have some people watching TV, and we're going to have some people out here with some Magic Remotes that are going to be able to start, pause, give special instructions to the people on TV about what kind of shows they're looking to watch, and what they are looking to have fun with today. So our 3 players are ready for that. All right, what do I need to gather from the audience for this? Anything?
Shows.
Yeah, what kind of TV shows would you like to watch? Give me. What's that? Okay, so we got a nature documentary. Okay. Okay, so we'll say Animal Planet for the nature. Okay, give me another channel / show.
OHS Faculty.
Okay. Okay, we got a news channel, like a cable network news channel, okay? How about ABC, The Bachelor, dating show kind of stuff? Let's give you one more. And, okay, we'll go with the Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network, okay. Specifically Lilo and Stitch. Or the Cartoon Network. Okay, players, are you ready? We said Animal Planet, then we said cable news network, dating, romance type, bachelor, bachelorette-esque thing, and the cartoons. Cartoons, all right. That's 4. All right, grab your microphones. You're going to want it. No, not you guys. These guys. Right? Yeah, not you. All right. And audience, are you ready? Okay, players, are you ready? Go for it.
So what do you want to watch? Like, I'm feeling, I don't know, I'm feeling like spiritual. I'm feeling like I want to get deep into the animal kingdom, you know?
That could be really interesting.
And not in a weird way, just like in a normal way.
A normal person's way.
Yeah.
I haven't heard someone describe it like that before. That's pretty interesting.
Well, let's see what's on Animal Planet.
Here we are, in the jungles of the Amazon. As you can see, our king of the jungle. I forgot the name of this one, but this one looks like it's a big one. As we can see, there's something smaller here. I've also forgotten the name of this one, but it's a pretty good one, won't you say? What's that one, guy?
Yeah, I can't really hear that tiny creature. You want to turn up the volume?
Yeah, turn up the volume really quick.
Yeah. Okay, we can turn that back down. We can turn that back down, yeah.
This creature is what's your name?
Ooh.
Ostrich!
really
See?
tell.
Yeah,
I never would have
it's
been
pretty
able to do
interesting.
that. Good.
This is why we watch Animal Planet.
This is why I watch Animal Planet.
This guy looks a little dangerous, but I'm just
Wait,
gonna-
what if we turn on captions and we hear?
Yeah,
we
can
can
we
see
get-
what the animals
can we
are
get some
saying.
captions?
Captions.
Let's have some. I've actually brought some ostrich food. For
Okay,
the ostrich.
yeah.
Maybe the
not really
caption
feeling
button. I
this
think the
right
caption
now.
button's broken, anyways.
Okay, maybe like cable.
Cable. We could go to
TV,
cable.
Like mindless.
Yeah, let's go to cable.
Breaking news! There's something happening.
Oh my gosh.
I'm glad we turned on cable.
You have the papers, right? We're live.
I think they forgot the papers.
I think we tuned in too early.
This is a bad time. Do we come back to this after?
Yeah, maybe we just fast forward.
Yeah, just fast forward really quick.
Fast forward.
As I said, something's happening. It's big, and it's on its way. It could be a meteor. It could be very big conflict.
I think it's fire.
Actually, there actually is something big. Breaking news, there's something big.
Pause. That's what she said. So maybe not this actually.
Yeah.
Maybe
I don't think
kind
it's
of
really
sad.
anything
So
coming.
can we get like a? Let's watch a cartoon.
Let's watch cartoon. Cartoon out.
I'm Cyborg. I'm gonna save the city.
I love Teen Titans.
So sensitive.
Hey, Star. I'm Robin, and
No, Beast Boy,
we're the
really?
Teen Titans. Yeah. Guys, we really gotta work on that. It was kind of the Justice
Man,
League.
the remake really sucks.
Yeah. I liked it better when there was more of them.
Can we like rewind back to the previous seasons?
Yeah, where there was.
Yeah, let's go back like 5 seasons.
Teen
Unpause.
Titans. Every episode opens the same.
Oh,
How are you
yeah.
guys doing today?
Oh, I forgot about that.
I'm not doing
It's a
well.
key part of the show.
What's wrong? Why is that? This isn't working. I can't do
Boring.
this. What's wrong? What kind of character conflict are you having right now? This isn't a job for me. What? This isn't my thing.
I already know how this ends.
It's not
Yeah.
my thing. Ever
He comes
since
back.
Beast Boy's departure, this is what he wanted for you.
Okay, I kind of want to see that gorilla again.
Yeah,
Actually,
let's go back to
let's go.
Animal Planet. Go back to Animal Planet.
Back in the jungles. I swear, I'm sorry, I don't have any more food for you.
Oh, no.
You can get, you're fine. Don't worry. I want bananas.
This is not gonna end well.
Give me the bananas. It seems this one's a little aggressive.
You can talk. You get the subtitles wrong. That's great.
I mean, just... Where are my bananas? All of them. Yeah, okay. Sir King of the Jungle is a lot of... My name is Frank.
No, they can both talk.
I don't think this is real, actually.
Yeah, this has got to be fake.
Let's watch the news.
I knew
Let's
go
go
back
back
tonight. Let's go back, see what's going on. See what that big thing was.
I swear I saw it. There's a guy, breaking news, there's a giant shadow outside of our production center, right guys?
It's called nighttime.
It was probably the eclipse.
Oh,
It was
dude,
the
remember when
eclipse.
that happened? Wow, that's topical.
They're not very smart.
Which means, if then, that means something's happening.
Yes.
It's called the moon going over the
It's called
sun.
life, I think. Indeed.
Giant shadow.
Pause. When? How many years is it between eclipses again?
I don't really know. I'm not a math guy.
I don't carry the. I don't know.
Let's just watch cartoon. I don't know.
Oh yeah, go back to cartoon.
This gig isn't working. I mean, this is what Beast Boy wanted for you. For us to be a team. You know what? I quit.
Oh my gosh.
Cyborg, but you're a big part of our team. We need you.
This wouldn't happen in Justice League.
Yes.
It's true.
What did you say? I didn't say anything. I was just thinking about my dad.
Batman, yeah.
Yeah. I was...
Pause. I heard that they were showing a new thing about like a new Batman movie.
A new Batman movie?
Yeah.
Like the Batman?
The Batman.
The Batman.
The Batman.
You wanna go see that instead?
Let's go see that.
Yeah.
I feel like
Let's go.
we'll see that instead.
Thank you. We're going to have time for maybe one more game today. We'll see what we have after that. We're going to play the dating game. All right, so unlike The Bachelor now, where it's a bunch of desperate people trying to hook up with one dude, also known in my high school experience, but I'm just kidding. Wait, I don't know if that sounded right. But, so we're gonna have a dating game like we used to have on the TV in the 70s, right? And so we're gonna have 3 contestants vying for the love of one lucky bachelor or bachelorette. And we're gonna give these people some strange characters to play so that we can have some fun with it. So who do we have hosting our game here? Willem, you're the host? Or you're the contestant? Wait.
Okay, well, Leah's now sitting in the chair, so if Leah wants to be the contestant, well, you can't use her off stage, so you don't hear her.
Yeah, if you're the contestant, you can't hear this. You gotta go way in the
Go
back.
way backstage, so you definitely don't hear the microphone.
Oh, wait till she gets there. How's everybody's day going? Okay. Feels good to be a Friday after this week, right? A little bit of, how about that tornado drill second hour? Yeah. It was brutal, right? Okay, I think she's gone. All right, so I'm looking for let's think about a character in the sense that it's very broad. So you could do historical figures, characters from literature. Let's keep going. What's that? Abraham Lincoln. What else? Any ideas over here? What's that?
OJ Simpson!
No, not taking that one. Any ideas up here? Any ideas? Your ideas, folks, was bad. What? All right. Tia, you're going to be Lord Farquaad from Shrek. Okay, now we need, we need a pretty crazy occupation, correct? Something weird, like combine two things that shouldn't be combined. Oh, gynecologist, oh, no. I'd like to keep my job and so on. Okay. What? Okay, you give, Shannon, you give people therapy, but through the use of water. You're a water therapist. Yeah. I don't think you're a therapist to water itself.
Like physical therapy?
Think more mental, but water-based.
Right.
Okay, all right? And we need a strange quirk. What? That's gross, I don't know. Any ideas back here? Okay, yeah. So, Finley, you are going to be deathly afraid of water. That's just a good construct. That's a good suggestion. All right. Willem, are you ready? Do you want to take your microphone, please, sir? You got one? And then let's give the contestants one that they can just pass down. That way. We got enough one. All right, and here we go.
Hello. Sit.
We've been waiting for you. I hope you're ready. Because these next few questions will change your life.
Yeah.
Ask a question.
Let's see.
Make it a good one.
I just finished binging the entire Bachelor franchise in my dad's basement before I got here. So I was wondering, what show could we binge watch together?
Yes, I'm a very big fan of dating shows. I've actually partaken in many. Mine isn't really on the TV though. It's like what's the thing you look at yourself in? Thank you. It's a mirror. But my heart is already spoken for unless, are you a princess?
No.
Well, I want a show that really I want to watch a show with you that's like the love flows like water. You know, like it just flows so nicely. It just, it calms your head. I don't know what their problem is, but anyways, just like a really, underwater show, or underground show. Yeah, that would be mine. I think we should watch Aladdin. Aladdin's my favorite. Just skip the part about where they're on the carpet together. But Aladdin, because of all the sand and all the dryness, and yeah.
Got any guesses yet?
No.
Neither do I. Next question.
You know, like I mentioned, the place where I live is my dad's basement. So like, I was wondering, you know, like, what kind of house would you like to like live in with me?
Castle. I want a castle, maybe a big tower. Do you have one?
No. I live in my dad's basement.
Well, I really want a house that has a pool. You know, and I really love, you know, those like koi ponds and like, you know, indoor waterfalls. I don't know. A lot of my clients tell me that it's very helpful for them, and I think it's pretty helpful for me too. Do you need? I mean, you know. Anyways, but yeah, just a really, you know, a place that has a lot of water. I love water. Yeah.
I think we should live in Arizona. I prefer, again, to be in a big, dry, really beautiful, warm area. Arizona would be our place to go.
Picking one of them is going to disturb the other.
Alright,
Last question.
Whoa, bro.
Look,
I think
we only have so many.
I think that this guy's being a little creepy here. How would you deal with someone that keeps following you around everywhere you go every day of your life and you don't know what to do anymore?
I hire an ogre to do it for me.
Well, you know, I'd say that, you know, I'd let you be one of my clients. You know, I feel like you'd need some, you know, professional help with that. I think that swimming might really help. You know, it might help you get away from them. They might not, you know, they might not want to follow you into the water, into the deep water. So, I'd say that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're ruining the space a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
That is a hard question. Honestly, I would maybe call up a few people to help you, like the police, or maybe invest in an investigator.
Which one?
You know,
Choose wisely.
I just can't see myself a Flynn Rider.
I can't either. I only care about Fiona.
And someone who's afraid of water, it's just not gonna work.
I actually love water. All of my clients.
Oh no, I chose you. I think you're the one for me, but you? Afraid of water?
It's a real fear, okay? It's real.
Hydrophobia.
I'd love to go swimming, however, in one of your custom-made pools.
Right, yeah.
Could you build a pool for me?
Yeah,
Do you think you also need professional services for your brain?
yeah, you might need to be a client of mine. Like, you might need some, you know, stuff going on. Personally. For a pool of mine. Wait, me? Oh, I was chosen. I'm sorry. I can't have relationships with my clients.
Oh!
I came here for fun.
And that's the end of the game because I got one more to play. Here we go. I need everybody that's going to do growing and shrinking come out quick. All right, our last game is a quick one. And in this game, we're going to see a scene start as one person, and then somebody comes in and a new scene starts for two, a new scene starts with three, and then a new scene starts for four people. One person exits, we return to the three-person scene. A third person exits, we return to the two-person scene, and finally we're left with the original scene we started with. All right, you guys ready to play Growing and Drinking? We got to do this quick. Fight the bell here. Ready? Go.
Ah, the clips. Can we check this out? Glasses. Shoot. Okay. It's right there. Just look right at it. Oh God. I'm in so much pain. Oh God. It's too late to.
Oh, hi. Are you a wolf? I was walking through the woods and I brought this bag of goodies for my sick grandma.
Oh, where construction are you going?
I'm gonna go that way.
Oh yeah, I'm actually heading that way too. You know.
You are.
Yeah, I was just gonna pop over there too. Yeah, my sick
Well,
grandma.
it's nice to meet you. My name's Little Red.
Thanks. My name is Walter. Thank you. Yeah. I like eating. What do you have?
Aye, so you want to be a part of my crew, do ya? You want to be aboard of the Davy Jones boat?
Aye, of course. Aye, yes, and I have a question.
What's your question?
Are you certified to sail?
To sail across the seven seas?
Yes.
Well, to be frank, I only have my learner's permit right now. But after 6 months of that, then I can sail free without breaking any laws.
That sounds a bit dangerous, matey.
Nay!
I get a little anxious on the scenes when I know I'm not in good hands and I don't like these hands.
Yeah. He's full of danger.
All right. Our three suspects here are here for interrogation. The three of you have been picked because, well, the witness has recognized one of the three of them.
Well, which one?
That's what I'm here to find out today. See, you see, one of you who has done it will be very nervous.
I'm not nervous.
Usually, people who are nervous deny their nervousness.
Not
Maybe start biting their nails a little bit.
Well, I'm not
Shaking
nervous.
their hands.
I'm not nervous.
You got 1 minute.
And you know,
Hey, this guy looks. What are you doing? Are you biting her nails? Are you shaking?
Yeah,
her
I
hands?
think he did it. I didn't hit that woman.
and you know,
I think he did it.
the one who does it
45 seconds.
taking you away.
No, you can't take it. Get out. Darn! Ah, you're killing people.
What? We do what? Say that again.
30 seconds.
That's not what we signed up for.
Aye, you are not joining my ship. Oh, what?
So I think I'm just gonna go bring this basket of goodies to my grandma now.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that too.
Who's
You know, you go on your way. I got another idea.
Okay.
Go on.
I'm just gonna go this way
Go on.
instead.
I'm gonna eat her grandma.
And there's one.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. It seems that all students are seated, and so I'll just wait for staff. My name is Ms. Kabish, and I teach, I'm one of the orchestra teachers here at OHS, as well as I teach this class, music composition. And so we have about 30 minutes worth of music, of compositions for you to hear today. I'll be navigating the screen and introducing the students, but I will be over by the computer, making sure that you can hear the sounds, the lovely sounds that the students have created. I know many of you have already been here yesterday and today, but just a few reminders. The biggest one is please do keep your cell phones off and away. And then also no food, drink, gum, or candy in the PAC, and keeping your feet on the floor and your hands in the ride at all times. All right, so we're gonna get started. I know we have a lot of music students here today, so I'm not gonna go in depth too much. But you might be wondering, well, what is music composition? And so There are some students that take it for a semester, but most students take it as a year-long course. And so we use Finale music notation software. That is a school-provided software, and we have it actually in a lab in the music wing. We don't use any other platforms. So you might have used Noteflight or MuseScore or Flat.io. We don't use those. We use Finale because technically it's supposed to be the software that if you go to college, that is the software that colleges will use in their music classes. Most of our assignments focus on the basic elements of music: melody, harmony, rhythm, texture, timbre, form, and expression. And so all of their assignments that you're going to hear today stem from those, as well as writing for different ensembles, whether it be string ensembles, woodwind, brass, percussion, and our last assignment will be songwriting for voice. It is a course that can be taken for multiple years. So Carson, you want to wave Carson? Carson, this is his second year, and you can take it for advanced credit. And the syllabus is on a 2-year rotation. So if you did take it for 2 years, you would not have the same assignments for 2 years. The prerequisites are ability to read music, that is at the very basic level, and that you have played or sang in a music class in the Oregon School District. Basically, you would have had to start playing in like 4th or 5th grade, or singing in choir. What year is choir? Wow, okay, yeah. So basically I have to start in elementary school and have played up until this point. All right, well, let's get started. Because you don't want to just hear me talk. This is not what it's about. All right, so a most recent composition, they had to write a rondo for woodwind quintet. So using that instrumentation. And then rondo is like Legos. It's how it's put together, right? So you have A 3 times. That means that their A melody or A section is repeated the 3 times, and then B is slightly different, and then C is also different. So the first person we're going to listen to is Evan. Evan Case is a senior, and he wrote a rondo for woodwind quintet. Do you want to talk a little bit about it?
Sure. So firstly, I'm Evan. My main instrument is viola, which is a stringed instrument. So going into this assignment, I had to learn how to write for woodwinds, which is a little bit different from viola because with viola, you don't have to focus on reading, but with woodwinds, it's a big part of how you play. So I had to adapt my writing style to accommodate for that. So in the piece, there's all the parts, they jump in and out, and they play off of what others have come before it. So for most of the piece, there's only like 1 or 2 instruments playing at any given time, but throughout the entire piece, and more importantly throughout each individual part, A, B, and C, you can hear the individual voices very clearly, which is what I wanted. So yeah, that's about it.
we do have one more example of Rondo for Woodwind Quintet by Carson Knott. And this version definitely shows Carson's sense of humor.
So, she alluded to it, I won't spoil anything, but, so most of what you see will probably appear to be kind of random, and it is, but there's reasoning to it. First of all is that, so I've done this for a year now, and what I've learned is that it is very hard to settle on one idea. So you'll go through, keep revising everything, and then by the time you're done, you have like 5 unfinished ideas that don't go in. So what I decided to do this time was instead just write down everything that came to my mind first and then worry about it later. So that's why it's kind of random, but I'm satisfied with it. The second thing is, you'll find out why later, but just for context, I don't like the oboe. I had to write for it, so hopefully through this piece, people will stop playing oboe. Shame. So, yeah, so this is my piece.
So I can appreciate cleverness, and you know, it is clever, and the chord progressions are great, and he's got great melodies, as well as the way he layered the voices. So it actually is a very clever and well done composition. I personally do like the oboe, so I'm just putting that out there. All right. The next thing we're going to move to is an assignment that students had to explore timbre and feelings. So we had what was called a feeling grab bag. Oh no, shoot, I missed one, sorry. Abby Sargent is next, my apologies. We're gonna go to theme and variations next. So theme and variations is another form. As you can see, like the theme is cookies, right? And each cookie is a different variation. So it's still a cookie, but it's a different kind of cookie. And so for this assignment, students had to pick a children's song and then write variations on that children's song. So Abby, do you want to talk a little bit about your piece?
Okay, so as you've probably figured out, comp can get a little wild and wacky sometimes. So I feel like I started off, this is variations on Humpty Dumpty, strange pairings for your omelet. And I started out taking it seriously, and then so my first, you'll hear the theme and then there's 3 variations. Then the first variation I was trying to get a feel for what I was doing and trying to figure out where I wanted to go with it. So I was testing the waters a little bit, and then the last 2 just went kind of crazy. I wanted them to be very reflective of the vibe that is music composition. So the first variation that you'll hear is horror in a minor key. The second variation you'll hear is the internet, and if you think it's funny, that's great, and if you don't, good for you. And the third variation is Hans Zimmer, which is funny to me because from a musical standpoint, I was trying to aim as far from Humpty Dumpty as you could possibly go. So if you don't know who Hans Zimmer is, he's the score composer, the movie score composer, so if you think like Interstellar, Inception, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I hope that it's entertaining.
Again, I appreciate clever, and that was clever and well done. Now we're going to switch gears a little bit in an effort to learn about timbre, or how each instrument has its own voice and its own color of sound. We did a composition based off of a feeling or mood. And so I had these words in a grab bag, and then students just got to pick, and then whatever their word was, they had to write a piece that, and using instrumentation that they thought would support that feeling. One of my students is not here today, so we're going to skip that one, but we are going to go to Alex Hornbacher, who wrote a piece. He picked the word confusion, and he has a really interesting story to tell about this piece.
Okay, so I got confusion. I'm Alex, I play bass, and I didn't get confusion initially. I actually traded it because I had an epiphany when I saw that emotion, and I decided that I wanted to go less for the emotion itself and more of something attached to confusion. And I chose Alzheimer's because my grandma suffered from it until she died. I know, we had laughs. It's a lot more depressing now. But you can yeah, I chose that because it was really close to me, and I just felt like I had some ideas I wanted to put on a page, and so for this song, I decided to go more for the idea less than the song itself. So as it progresses, it'll get more and more. So the only thing that will remain consistent is the melody, because I read that patients of Alzheimer's will often, like when they're about to die, will remember melodies more than they remember anything else. So everything else in the song, like the harmonies, will change or be just forgotten, but the melody will remain consistent the entire way through, and that's basically it.
Thank you. Even when you're listening to music or if you ever go to an art museum, to read about or learn about what the artist's or composer's intention was, because if you wouldn't have known that story and just listened to that piece, you might have been like, I don't get it, right? But if you have that context and then you listen, you're like, oh, I see, you know? So next up are, we did, this seemed to be a very popular composition this year. I had the students pick a piece of visual art that they felt inspired by and then write a piece of music that depicted that picture. And so we're going to start with Charles Critch.
Hi, my name is Charles. I'm a violist here at Oregon. And this is my piece, Fishing. As you might be able to tell, it's a photo of a fish. This was drawn by my girlfriend who lives in Mineral Point. And she sent it to me one day when I was working on one of these projects, and I said, well, I gotta make a piece about a picture, so why not choose this? And this is a fish that they just had brought into their home. And I was thinking, well, what does the fish do on a daily basis? Well, they turn on the lights in the morning, and then it kind of explores and runs around like a little play place during the day, and has like trees and little plants and stuff. And then they turn the lights off when it goes to bed, and I said, well, why not make like a little 3-movement piece about it? And I think it really explored melody, which is something that violists, who typically don't do the melody, struggle with a little bit. I've really struggled with creating an impactful melody that captured what I wanted to. And so when thinking about the water, I said, why not give melody to a harp? And so this is a piece for harp and orchestra. I hope you enjoy it.
All right, so because of time, we're gonna have to just do 2 more. The next one is by Lee McComb, and I'm gonna have Lee talk about the piece a little bit.
Hey guys. So the project that I'm going to be sharing with you guys is inspired by a painting that was created by Joe Mandrick, and it's titled Cherry Blossoms in the Mist. And I discovered this painting on an art advertising website that was created by him. And this artist in particular loves to paint landscape scenes from like beaches and forests and things like this. Are there any Legend of Zelda fans out there? A few? Okay. So this artist in particular also does paintings that was inspired by Legend of Zelda as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. A question that I was sort of thinking about when I was composing this project was how could we represent pieces of artwork with music? And some things I considered while creating this was the instrumentation of this. And I love Japanese culture. It's very, very dear into my heart. And I wanted to incorporate Japanese instruments into my project. So one of the instruments that you'll hear is a Japanese bamboo flute called the shakuhachi. And another instrument I incorporated was a Japanese harp, which is called the kodo. So you'll hear both of those in the beginning and towards the end of this piece as well. My overall goal for this project was to basically make this painting come to life and maybe inspire others to create something inspired by art as well. So with that being said, please enjoy Cherry Blossoms in the Mist. Thank you.
been a great audience. We have one more by Nick Brandenburg, and I'm going to let him start talking about it. If the bell rings, the piece will be done shortly after the bell. But if you have to get up and go, just please do so absolutely quietly, okay? But Nick, go ahead, talk to me.
Yeah, so I did the same project. By the way, I'm Nick. I sing. I'm not very well acquainted with instruments nor composing, so that's why I decided to do this project, because it's less music theory mumbo jumbo and more just kind of putting out what you see. I'm fascinated with World War I, so I wanted to do a piece on that, and I found this painting depicting World War I soldiers after just experiencing a gas attack. And I went for a marching, drudging through the mud kind of feeling throughout the whole piece. You're gonna hear a hurdy-gurdy kind of droning the whole time, and other instruments will come in, but they'll eventually get sucked into the same kind of rhythm. And it's meant to represent soldiers kind of losing their individuality throughout war. And there's a point where it'll switch to a major key, and it'll be kind of this big moment, and it's meant to represent a gas attack, and then it'll go right back into the marching because it's the same every day for soldiers. So, yeah.
Please do not leave seats empty. Every seat is taken today. Good afternoon. Thanks for being here. Come find your teacher, find your seats. Please make sure that you do not leave open seats next to you. Every seat is taken. There's no room to leave space.
Good afternoon, Oregon High School. Woo! All right, welcome to the main event of the week, the Fine Arts Week Faculty Recital here. All right, you're all too kind. Now, again, thanks for being here today. Wait till everybody's quiet and listening. You can do the last clap game for the numbers, okay? I do. Now, right now you're not demonstrating those good behaviors of a good audience that we've reinforced all week, right? So I'm glad you're excited. This has been a great week. And we're gonna get the show started here in a minute, but reminders, no food or drink. Keep your feet off the seat. Make sure you're not filming or recording this, and make sure you stay off of those cell phones, because these people here behind me and backstage have worked incredibly hard. And so let's give, before we get started, let's give a round of applause for all our student performers this week and for all the work that went into it. We'd like to thank you for being here, and you'll see more of me as the show goes. Thanks, folks. And you want to dim the house lights whenever you want, guys. I drank champagne with kings and queens, politicians praised my name. But those were someone else's dreams, the pitfalls of the man I became. For years and years, I chased their cheers, at a crazy speed of always needing more. But when I stopped and see, I remember all this was for, and from now on, ways I shall not be blinded by the lights. Big thanks to that faculty choir here. So now we're going to transition to a little bit of a slower piece. This piece, I should say, is going to feature Mr. Mendel, our PIC director, and Mr. Miller, our small groups instructor for our orchestra students. And they're going to be playing a classic song you're going to recognize called Somewhere Over the Rainbow, but it's also a little bit of a mashup with a great old American song called To Be Simple. So let's welcome to the stage Mr. Mendel and Mr. Miller. Well, that certainly was a really lovely piece. Beautiful, beautiful mashup there. So, you know, all week long, my sophomores have been coming up to me like, "What's up, brother?" You know, and I keep saying, "Not your grades, nor your effort." Right? Am I right with that? So, love you, 8th hour. But yeah, so it's great to be here celebrating the arts, right? And I don't know I know a lot of schools have these fine arts weeks, but I really love how Oregon, we go hard here this week for this, and it means a lot, I know, to me as someone who participates in the fine arts as well myself, but also for the students that we work with every day, and for the good work that Ms. Coutre, Mr. Derek does, and Ms. Yancey, Ms. Kavish, Ms. Yeager, Mr. Mendel, and I, Mr. Miller. So, but if you've noticed, like, the lion's share of people playing up here are your music faculty. So staff in the back, I did that survey. I know at least 23 of you have special talents. So next year you're coming up here to help us out some more. So I'd like to introduce the next group. Sounds like a setup to a joke. 3 science teachers walk into a room, but really it's 3 science teachers and Miss Cray. Come on out, Mr. Critch, Mr. Johnson, Miss Cray, and Mr. Anderson.
This is the era of communicating in 140 characters or less. Well, what if the main characters of famous stories had been tweeting while they experienced their epic tales? Today we will share with you 2 famous stories, but as told by their protagonists in 20 tweets or less. We bring you Twitterature by Alexander Asaman and Emmett Renson.
Romeo and Juliet at Death Not Anomio at Julie Baby.
My family won't stop fighting the Capulets. Life should be a party. Make love, not war.
Here comes my benevolent cousin Mercutio.
Ah, how I love women. No, not that old woman. A new woman. I shall have no fun at this party, thinking of this woman I love.
But the crew is in want of drink. We must crash this ball.
WTH is Mercutio talking about? Everyone knows fairies don't exist. Whoa, hot babe cometh near. Must try to get closer.
She totally digs it. Ah, sin. Sin again. I am such a wit and such a player.
Uh-oh. She's a Capulet. Methinks this can go nowhere. But why stop now?
Later, maybe if I stick around, I can get a glimpse of her through the window.
Message, Death Not Anomio.
Psst. Wherefore art thou?
Direct message, Julie Baby.
What do you mean, where am I? I'm under the balcony. Does not anyone understand English anymore?
Her nurse asketh if I want to marry Juliet. She is the son, but this is way too fast. Am I being punked? Where's Ashton?
Direct message, Tybalt. Why are you hitting me? I can barely DM the question with your sword in my face.
Mercutio, you horse-dropping. Why'd you have to die?
At Prince of Cats, one of us is joining him.
Not it.
Sometimes you go kill your wife's cousin in a duel, and then you have to go to Mantua to hide out. Yeah, life sucks.
What? Juliet's dead? No. Orders to kill me on the spot? No. Curse the stars that led me to believe in Hollywood endings.
I have my poison. I will return to Verona and take care of business.
Found fair Juliet. She's dead, and definitely not faking it. Didn't move when I poked her there. Alas, I must drink this terrible brew.
Oh, I am Fortune's fool. Maybe just a tool. And so I die. BT dubs, that other woman I was into before Juliet would have been a safer bet.
Direct message, death not a nomeo.
Wake up, my love. Come on, fun's over. Wake up. Quit it, not funny. Where's Ashton? Oh no, bottoms up.
At Montague, at Capulet.
Can't we all
just get along?
Harry Potter, 1 through 7. At Notorious HP.
Hello, everyone. Under the stairs. Aunt and Uncle threw me under here again. Gosh, life is so hard.
That freak Dudley stole all my food. I wish something good, or at least interesting, would happen to me.
OMG, I'm a wizard. And my parents are dead wizards. Off to magic boarding school. Peace out.
OMG, Hogwarts. OMG, I have 2 friends. OMG,
magic.
OMG,
the Slytherins are Nazis.
Snape is a jerk. Dumbledore is a wise man, but maybe gay? Voldemort has tried to kill me. Flying broomstick, battle over magic crack rock.
OMG, the year's over. Time goes fast when you're having fun. Goes slow if you have to read 7 books with lots of adverbs.
Back to school. Should be a great year. I hope nothing crazy happens like last time.
No, Voldemort is trying to wreck my junk up again. I am tired of these freaking snakes in this freaking castle.
Back to school again. This year definitely better. A dude who tried to kill me turned out okay. Sometimes misunderstandings happen. LOL.
Oh man, big tournament at my school. Psyched. I hope nobody dies this year, and every year as if by clockwork.
Competing in a tournament. Also, is it just me, or should they really have a tougher vetting process for dark arts teachers?
OMG, Voldemort again. Don't worry, I have the hang of this by now. Plus there's a secret society out to protect me. Give up already, LV.
I am undergoing a lot of angst right now. And this girl is getting me all excited. No escaping it, no magic potion for it either.
Don't believe anyone who says Voldemort isn't back again. I know what I saw.
Big brawl at Ministry of Magic. Sirius is dead. Super pissed. I just used the torture spell, didn't I? I'm going to Azkaban now, aren't I?
Back to school again. Boy, everything better go well this year, or I'm going to eat a wand.
Hey, my friend's sister is totally hot for me. Feels a bit wrong, but yeah, baby, you like my scar, don't you? Wanna hang out?
Snape killed Dumbledore. Really? Really? This is like the biggest cliffhanger ever. Sometimes this guy Tom keeps showing up. I don't want him around, but I don't have the heart to tell him because he killed my parents.
NM last tweet killed him. Something about a prophecy. Who cares?
Last 7 years have felt like the same one over and over.
All right, after that, you're never going to look at Mr. Critch the same way again. I don't know. So our next performer today is an amazing choir teacher who knew she was also amazing on the piano. So in a minute, I'm going to welcome Miss Yancey out to the stage where she will be playing Bach's Prelude No. 1 on the piano. Let's give her a round of applause. Come on! Way to go, Miss Yancey. A person of many, many, many talents. All right, folks. Woo. Got a fan club back there. I hear. That's great. That's great. Wow. That's a bit much. All right. So we're going to end our show now with a quartet of some string players. We're going to be seeing our own Mr. Miller, our very own Miss Kavish. But we'll also be seeing two friendly faces from your past. We'll be seeing Miss Black, and we're going to be seeing Miss Doyson. And they're going to be playing a song by Eric Clapton, arranged by Johnson and Anger. And I can't remember the name of the song right now. Why didn't I write that down? Crossroads. There you go. Happy friendly members from the back. So, again, they're going to come out, and let's welcome the quartet to the stage.
Before we say good afternoon for the rest of the day, we just want to say some thank yous to some people who help us to put this week together. First, we'd like to give a huge shout out to Mr. Nate Mendel, our PAC director. Mr. Mendel does a great job of training our students to know how to do all of this. So we have our friends Gage and Zach, I know are here for sure. Am I missing anyone? But I know Gage has been here all week. So can you give a round of applause for our tech kids who are helping as well? I'd like to give a huge shout out to Mr. Ashmore, Ms. Zawicki, Mr. Hunter, and Mr. Pleiner for allowing us to have this bit of culture at Oregon High School. I think I can count on one hand the number of schools that have a Fine Arts Week. We are extremely lucky that we get to have this event. And so we are indebted to our admin staff who believe that this is something positive for our culture here at OHS. Give them a round of applause. And to all of the teachers and to you students for coming to support everything that we've put out this week. We really appreciate that you have, I hope you've learned something. We hope that you've learned how to be a better audience member, or you've seen some music that has inspired you, or you want to take music composition, or you saw something at the art exhibit last night that inspired you. So that's just kind of what this week is about. So thank you to you. We hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you next year.